Hope everybody's doing well out there. I've got a subject that I want to talk about today. This is a topic that I've experienced a lot of since I've been communicating with people all over the world. People contact me, they seek advice, or sometimes they just want somebody to talk to. Sometimes they call into the show on Fridays, sometimes it's emails. Sometimes it's people in my regular life. We'll have conversations about these things. And, a lot of people out there are starting to wake up. And the first step towards waking up is coming to the realization that you have no idea who you are. A lot of people have no idea who they really are. 5 years ago, I was 30 years old, and I had no idea who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what life was about. But something started to happen in these last 5 years or so, and people all over the place just started waking up. They started to see things. And waking up is an amazing thing. It's an amazing feeling. But it comes with a very large price. It's kind of a philosophical thing. It's kind of like the movie The Matrix. It's like he can choose to wake up, or ignorance is bliss. He can stay on the other side and live his normal life. But I know that's a movie, but real life is really kind of like that. And I keep finding myself bumping into like-minded people who are waking up. And this is no certain type of people. This is white people, black people, males, females, young, old. But certain people are waking up and they're starting to see things. They're starting to realize that they've just been repeating the same bullshit that they were told in school, that they were told on the television. That they're just parroting the bullshit that they've heard their whole life. It's not even real. Like, none of that stuff is who they are. They've been programmed to say these things. And when you start to wake up, you'll never go back. Once you start to see this stuff, once you open your eyes, you can never close them. It never goes away. But something you'll realize when you start to wake up, and if you're somebody that is waking up, you're already realizing this. The people around you who refuse to wake up, a lot of times you lose these people. You're on your way up. You're on your way up, forward, you're moving, you're making progress. And they just want to stay down there. It's comfortable down there. Ignorance truly is bliss, and they're just going to stay there. And stage one is you want to spread this knowledge to everybody. You want to teach them what you've learned. But they look at you like you're crazy. They want to, distance themselves from you, like you're the crazy one. Like, you see them as somebody that you used to be like until you woke up and made progress, and you want to help them make the same progress, but they look at you like you're crazy. And you can't change people. They have to truly want to see it. In order for them to see it, to understand it, they have to do it on their own. You can't just explain it to them. If you want to keep your loved ones around you and they're unwilling to wake up and see these things, see these different layers, they're going to have to, or if you want to keep them around, you're going to have to stay in your own mind. You know what's going on, they don't. You can try to explain it to them, but it's not going to work. They're going to think you're crazy. They're going to want to stay away from you. So just let them be. Don't try to explain the truth to them, But everything in your life, if you're somebody that's starting to wake up, it's all been bullshit. It's all been a lie. And you can come to this conclusion, you can realize this just by being out in the wilderness, out in nature, on a mountaintop looking down, on a beach watching the sunset in the ocean, sitting next to a lake on a fall day with a cool breeze, out in the wilderness staring at a campfire, maybe just on your front porch, I don't know. But your mind has a chance to relax. You get to think about things. You get to be calm. You get to think about the things that you're passionate about, the things you love, the things you care about, the things you're good at. 12 years of elementary school and high school, 4, 6, 8, 12 years of college cannot teach you this. What you love, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, you just naturally are. You don't need to be taught what you love. You don't need to be taught what you're passionate about. You don't need to be taught what you're naturally good at. You just are. And when you allow all of these influences, the school, and I'm not saying educating yourself is a bad thing. There's some parts of school that are good, but it's the indoctrination, it's the programming that you got to stay away from. They're programming your brain with things that you might not naturally be good at. You may not understand it. You may not like it. You may not love it. You may not be passionate about it. But you follow that line because it's comfortable there. It's comfortable living that life. Ignorance is bliss. You'll never know the truth if you stay on that path. But people that are bold, people that break free from that life, they truly figure out who they are, what they love, what they're good at, and they live a life of abundance, and that's how you get there. You never get there following the system. But, people are trapped in this game, the politics, the black versus white, all this stuff. That stuff is at the bottom level. If you're still on that stuff, you still believe in that stuff, you've got a long way to go, man. You've got to wake up. You've got to see through it. They've been feeding you a bunch of bullshit your whole life. But you can break free from all the stresses of regular life just by knowing the truth. But again, if you're not somebody that's woke up and found it on your own, there's nothing that I can tell you. But if you are somebody that's found it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And these last 2 years, especially between 2020 and 2022, have been the most enlightening years in world history. And I truly believe that, and no matter which route you want to go, we can go religious here. It could be the Holy Bible, the Torah, the New Testament, the Quran. All of these books discuss division, not in a bad way. They say that, certain people are going to be enlightened, certain people are going to see things, they're going to hear things, they're going to be divided from other people. And God intends for that division to happen. It happens for a reason. So if you're watching politics, if you're watching everything you hear on the news, CNN, Fox, any of these stations, everything you're hearing in school, if you're watching that and you're saying, wait, this doesn't add up, something's off here. Something is way off here. And, you spend some time to yourself, you get to know nature, you get to know your own consciousness. You get to know what you love, what you're passionate about, what you're naturally good at. And then you start to see things a little bit more clearly. It's a next level of consciousness. That's how you find yourself. But when you do find yourself, that's when you can truly be at peace, you can truly be happy, you can truly live that life of abundance. But it's a tough path. Like I said, man, it comes with a cost. You'll be walking in the supermarket, and I'm dead serious. You'll be walking in the supermarket, and you'll just hear people parroting and repeating the same crap that you saw on TV. When you see it on TV, you just laugh. You know it's fake. They're presenting it as if it's news, but it's not. It's bullshit. And other people are parroting that stuff. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, what is wrong with you guys? You're still on that level, and you just want to grab them and pull them up to your level, but you can't. They look at you like you're crazy when you try, you know. Again, you're going to see more people popping up, and they're going to be calling themselves chosen ones. They're going to call themselves targeted individuals. You think it's a joke, man. You think it's a joke. But certain people are on a path. They are on a pathway. They see things, they hear things, they know things. And they're targeted. When you're targeted, it's unlike anything that I can explain. It's not just being judged, being treated in a poor manner. When you're targeted, it could be with illness, you know, famine, disaster of some sort. It could be a death, you know, some sort of a psychological illness. You can be targeted in a lot of different ways. It's not just, from people. It's not just verbal targeting. It's not just physical targeting. You know, there's all sorts of different targeting. Again, if you believe in religion, man, if you believe in God, you also got to believe in the other side. And it's a war that's being fought, and it's not physical. It's spiritual. That's why you can't be stuck on the politics. You can't be stuck on the black versus white, the male versus female. It's spiritual. Until you wake up and realize that, you never get it. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this one last time. You know, if you want to figure out who you are and you want to gain that spirit, you got to go be by yourself in the wilderness, somewhere where you're at peace. Figure out what you love, what you're passionate about, what you're naturally good at, and that'll lead you down the right path. And all you can do is hope and pray that the people you love and care about, they'll find that same path as well. But you can't tell them. You can't convince them. You just can't. Every day you go to your normal places, right? You go to your job, you go to wherever it is you go, and you see certain people that are aware. Certain people that are just on a different level of consciousness, and you can tell when you make eye contact with that person. You just know. They're on to bigger and better things. They're busy. They're doing things. They're making some sort of progress. They're waking up. And then there's other people that are still on that level. You know, still in that ignorant level that they'll never break out of. Oh, maybe they will. But they haven't done it yet. You know. You know, I'd like to get further into this sort of a subject because I think this is something that a lot of people are relating to. You know, it's not a super popular subject on YouTube. It's not going to give me a whole lot of views, I understand that, but if you're somebody that relates to this, then it doesn't matter how many views I'm getting. It matters that I'm reaching people that are like-minded, you know. And you know that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're just awake. So if you're somebody that doesn't relate to this video, but you've watched it this far, what I want you to know is the first step of your journey is waking up and realizing that you have no idea who you are. Usually happens around 30 years old, but sometimes it happens to young people, sometimes it happens to old people. Most people, when it does happen, it happens around 30. They wake up, they say, holy shit, I have no idea what I want out of life. I have no idea who I am. And that leads them down a path of trying to figure it out. And they try to attain all the information that they can. They're viewing things from a different light, and all of a sudden they start to see things on a different level. And that's when they can take the time to really gather their consciousness, figure out what they love, what they're passionate about, figure out who they are. We're going to wrap this one up right now. Hope this video was somewhat informative. I hope this video was relatable. That's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.